Thank you, Madam Speaker. We just heard a lot of speeches at a very high volume on the topic of the debt ceiling, and many of them had an accompanying visual that said House Republicans are forcing a default on our debt. Now, that's a very strange statement, given that the House has already passed a bill to stop us from defaulting on our debt. Weeks ago, the House passed a bill to raise the debt ceiling. I'll say that again. The House has passed a bill to raise the debt ceiling that protects Social Security, protects Medicare, protects our veterans, and puts us on the more fiscally sustainable path that Americans are demanding. Now, that bill is sitting in the Senate right now. The Senate could pass it at any time. But of course, the Senate isn't even here this week, so they haven't done so. As we speak, Speaker McCarthy and President Biden are negotiating. This is precisely what the overwhelming majority of Americans, Democrats, Republicans, independents, say that they want. A bipartisan solution that raises the debt ceiling while making responsible reforms to spending. The speeches that we just heard are advocating precisely the opposite. They want to pull the rug out from under this ongoing negotiation, bring it to a stop, impose a one-sided, partisan solution that allows us to keep spending money without limit. Indeed, I was particularly struck by a comment from the Congresswoman from New York, who, in defense of this idea that we should keep spending money without limit, said if anyone wants to entertain the thought that we spend too much, think about the last time that someone said the government does too much. Those are her words. She said, think about the last time anyone said the government does too much. Well, actually, my constituents say that a lot. The government does too much when it overtaxes and overregulates Americans. The government certainly did too much when it shut down schools, shut down businesses, shut down churches, and imposed unlawful mandates. The government does too much when it pays people more to not work than to work. The government did too much when it went in a multi-trillion-dollar spending spree that even Barack Obama's top economic advisor warned against and gave us this historic inflation crisis. The government does too much when it unleashes 87,000 new IRS agents on unsuspecting American taxpayers. The government does too much when it shuts down the Keystone Pipeline and inhibits our ability to produce energy domestically and make us energy independent. But at the end of the day, we also need to ask, as we've seen the budget just grow and grow and grow without limit, what is the result of all that additional spending been? Do you look around and see beautiful roads and infrastructure? Do you see world-leading schools? Do you see a prosperous economy? No, of course not. So I do think that as we make reforms to spending, we also need to focus on waste, fraud, and abuse. We need to focus not just on how much money is being spent, but on how that money is being spent. Not just on the number of dollars that we're spending, but on the results that we are getting. And I'm hoping that that is the new paradigm that will emerge from the negotiations going on right now between President Biden and Speaker McCarthy, is a paradigm of customer service, citizen service, a performance-based government. That's what Americans deserve, and I encourage the president to negotiate in good faith with Speaker McCarthy to move us in that direction.